go. Welcome back to episode 31 of UnHammered with your host, Brantt Myhres. How are all you beautiful people doing after the holiday? We've got another one coming up, and we're going to talk about that too in a couple days. But how's those stomachs of yours? I don't know, man. The home cooking gets me every time. But Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. Hopefully Santa was good to you guys. Santa was great to me. I got to spend it with my son and family, and we'll chat a little bit about that. But anyways, folks, if you're running or walking, if you're working out, meditating, maybe just looking outside your window and appreciating nature. I don't care if you've made it a day, 1 week, 30 days, or 1 year clean from this fucking disease. Cheers. Boom. You are all the miracle. And so am I. I'm a miracle today. And you want to hear about another miracle? I'm going to tell you about another miracle. Her name is Josephine Brady, and that is my grandmother. And my grandmother's birthday was yesterday. And my grandma, I believe, would have been 91, I think. But Grandma Jo, who raised me since I was little and took me in and protected me. She was a protector with my sister and as well with Cher. But anyways, Grandma, happy birthday. I love you. I hope you're proud of me. I know there's many times that I let you down, and I saw the hurt in your eyes, and I saw the pain, and I wanted you to know, as you're probably watching from heaven, that I'm a changed man today, and I would never ever put you through that stuff again. A lot of growing pains that you stuck with me. So I'm going to do another cheers to my Grandma Jo, and Grandma, happy birthday. My grandma wouldn't like this coffee. She it's fucking she's strong today, everyone. But anyway, she wouldn't. Back in the old days, her and my grandfather owned a store called McLeod's, and this was in Grand Center, Alberta. And at the back was the coffee room. Back then, of course, I'm not drinking coffee. But anyways, I'd go back there. And my grandma, every day for 30 years, drank the same thing. And it had, it was the old, the powdered, whatever that stuff was that creamed your coffee, stuff that could, make bombs. Yeah, she'd have that every day with, I think it was 2 cubes of sugar. Remember the cubes? Anyways, happy birthday, Grandma. What else we got rocking and rolling? Yeah, so anyways, I went back to Cold Lake and took Buds back there, and I stayed at my sister Cher's and her husband Donovan Gretzky. And it was really nice. It was really nice to see everybody. We had everybody over on Christmas Eve, and Kane, his little cousin there in Brooklyn, she's only like, I think, a year and a half older than Kane. So he got to play with her, and we just sat around and had a good time. And me and her husband Donovan, we love motorcycles, and we love cars, and we like talking about hockey. So that was great. And then I got to talk to Cher about some stuff. What really took me back about my sister is when I walked in, my sister, and she'd be the first one to admit it, that, she's like me. Like, I'm either all in or all fucking out when it comes to that. And that attests to her when she was, working out and trying to lose weight for all those years. And she's being hard on herself like we all are when it comes to our body image, right? Anyways, I walk in, and it literally looks like a different person. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I'm saying to myself, wow, like, what did you do? My sister probably lost 40, 50 pounds in the last year. And that's no joke, man. So it's, guess what? You ready for this? It ain't no secret success. It ain't no secret sauce. It's called fucking hard work. It's called get off your ass and go do something, right? Stop talking about it and watching the reels on TikTok about how to do it. Get up and go do something. And that's what she did. And her little dog Patches, they went and walked every day, thousands of steps, right? And then she watched her diet. And what do you know? 40, 50 pounds of fat comes off. It's not fucking making, rocket science here. But it's tough, I would say, and you could ask her and me and everybody that's dealt with it. It's probably one of the most psychological, I think, tormenting things to do because you need to eat. I guess we're told it's 3 meals a day. I don't have breakfast. I don't eat breakfast. So I guess it's 2 meals for me. But anyways, good for her. Congrats, Cher. You look great. I remember her telling me this was 4 years ago, 5 years ago. She's like, Brantt, can you buy me a pair of these Lululemon leggings? Because one day I want to wear them. And I don't know if I did or not. I don't know, because when you hear somebody for a long time on and off and on and off, and you're like, I don't know. But anyways, when I got there, I think Cher was wearing those leggings. So pretty cool, man. So anyways, congrats on that. Yeah. And then how did I deal with the party? How did I deal with the Christmas Eve party with all my family there? And there's probably, 15, 16, 17 people, I would assume, that were at the party at my sister's. And hey, it is what it is. Not everybody's on this journey like me, and I gotta accept it. And I do accept it. And I actually love it. When those bottles of whiskey get brought out, and those bottles of vodka get brought out, and those coolers get brought out, I fucking love it. You know why? Because I can say no today. I can say no today. I can say, you know what? I'm good. I think we had some NAs there, some non-elks, and the Heineken or whatever it was. But anyways, had a coffee and an ice water, right? Also, I had responsibilities. My son was there. And I wanted to sleep with him that night so he could wake up in the morning. And he could wake up in the morning to me. He could wake up in the morning to Daddy and rubbing his head saying, Santa Claus came last night, bud. Let's get downstairs. And to me, I'll never forget that. That's my first Christmas doing that with him. And it was great. The smile on his face, his hair's all messed up. He can't wait to get downstairs and open the presents. And, got him a Bon Jovi guitar that doesn't fucking work. Piece of shit. But anyways, have to get him a real guitar, I guess. That's my fault. You get what you pay for in life, folks. It was $20. So no wonder it's a piece of shit. Anyways, oh boy, we skipped over, didn't we? Let's get the old Titanic shades on here. Fucking 100-year-old glasses. All right, you guys ready to rock and roll? I am. Let's do meditation for the day. Okay. Although unseen, the Lord is always near to those who believe in him and trust in him and depend on him for the strength to meet the challenges of life. Can you say that? Can you say that you believe in God or something of a higher power? It doesn't have to be God. Can you say that? Although veiled from mortal sight, the higher power is always available to us whenever we humbly ask for it. That's putting down our egos at the door. The feeling of that God is with us should not depend on any passing mood of ours. We should try to be always conscious of his power and love in the background of our lives. Boils back to faith, believing in something that you can't, I guess, physically see. There's evidence. There's evidence, right? All over you. If you look. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may feel that God is not too far away to depend on for help. I pray that I may feel confident of his readiness to give me the power that I need. Amen to that. I love that one. The power that I need, or the power that we need. when you hit 50 years old and you're, as I talked with a buddy today, Patty, and you're on the back nine, you've teed off already too, by the way. You ain't on the fucking tee box. You've teed off on the back nine. And I said, I guess this morning I was just grateful to wake up. There's people that don't wake up at my age and younger, but definitely north of 50. And for some reason, I've been kept around. I don't know why. Well, maybe this podcast and writing the book. Yeah. And my son now. Sure, there's lots of reasons. I don't mean that. I take that back a little bit. But I'm not the one that's beating the heart right now. Like, I'm not doing any of that, right? So anyways, the power of help, if you humbly ask him or your higher power, whatever that may be, just try it. Just try it and see if it works. Okay. Oh, got a message from somebody here. What's this all about? His name's Jeff, and his last name is C. Okay, hi, Brantt. I've been watching your stuff now for some time. My name is Jeff, and I live in Alberta. Wife with 3 kids. To say I've been slipping the last few years would be an understatement. Hiding my drinking and cocaine habit from my loved ones is becoming old. By the way, I'll keep reading, Jeff. You ain't hiding it. You ain't hiding it, bud. Believe me. We think we are, Jeff, but you're not. Everybody knows what you're doing. Okay, where are we? I'm slowly losing everything. Yes, that happens. Of course, that happens. I worked so hard for her. I'm not looking for answers. I just got no one to really turn to. I'm fucking embarrassed. Yeah, buddy, I've been there, man. And scared, to be honest, yes. When you start mixing cocaine and alcohol, it gets scary. My question to you is, how do I go about this the right way? Like AA meetings, ? My employer, do I tell my employer that I have a problem, and what if they send me away to treatment? What helped you kick the addiction? I hope this message finds you well. I appreciate any feedback. Well, Jeff, let's see here. Let's break this down. What helped you kick the addiction? What I just read, the power of a power greater than you that I feel that you need to come across, my friend, because your way isn't working. And you ain't hiding it from anybody, bud. And you got 3 beautiful kids and a wife. And guess what? This disease will take them away in a fucking heartbeat. And then you want to talk about depression and diving more into drugs and alcohol? You'll be OD'd in no time. So I recommend that, AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, or NA, whatever works for you. Go to a meeting and then talk to people when you're at the meeting. Listen to what they're saying at those meetings. And if there's a gentleman that has a lot of time, or not necessarily a lot of time, but something that you want, so, the way that he talks, reach your hand out to him and ask him to be your sponsor. And then you're going to have a guy that you're accountable to every day. And you need that, Jeff. You need to be accountable to somebody every day other than Jeff, because obviously that's not working, buddy. But I got to tell you, you got a lot of reasons to get sober, don't you? Yeah, you really do. And yeah, tell your employer. Hell yeah. Tell your employer. The best, I guess, remedy for fighting back against this deadly illness is the truth. That's all it is, man. Get honest with your employer. Tell them what's happening. 99% of the time, they're going to be understanding. But if you're not honest with them, nothing they can do. Write in again, Jeff. Let me know how you're doing, buddy. Okay. I had a situation with a guy, and he's actually a hockey player. This guy, in the family too. Anyways, he reached out and he just didn't know if he really had a problem or not, but might be affecting his mental state a little bit, and maybe his play on the ice, which of course it is. You don't reach out to me if it's not. Anyways, I said, hey, how about we do this? And Jeff, this can apply to you too. Jeff. I said, listen, man, this is 2 weeks ago. I said, we ain't quitting drinking. We're not going to do that. No. What you're going to do is we're going to take intervals. You're going to commit to you and me on a 2-week interval. And I'm going to talk to you on Boxing Day, one day after Christmas. And that'll be 2 weeks. And what we're going to do is we're going to be accountable to each other. And you can get loaded on the night of the 26th if you'd like. That's up to you, bud. But what you ain't going to do is you go and drink for 2 weeks. And we'll discuss it later. Well, what do you know? He goes, you know what? That sounds doable. So he talks to me on Boxing Day, and says he made it. He went to a team party and everybody was boozing, and he didn't touch it. And he talked to me on Boxing Day. And then I said, how about this, bud? I said, why don't we do till the 9th of January? So it's another 2 weeks from now. So he's basically combated 2 big fucking holidays. He's done Christmas and he's going to do New Year's. Hopefully. So Jeff, why don't we do that, bud? Why don't we do 2-week intervals here? You go to some meetings, you get off that ass of yours and you go to some meetings and you reach out and you talk to people and you receive the help. And then we'll chat. Okay. What else we got? Oh, speaking of New Year's. You guys believe that addiction is a disease? Do you? I didn't like that word. I thought it was like leprosy or, cancer or leukemia. I didn't like the word disease, but I got it. Full fucking blown addiction. And, here's the definition of disease. Just the medical definition. The American Medical Association and the American Society of Addiction Medicine define addiction as a chronic brain disease. What the hell? Wow. It involves changes in the brain structure and function, particularly in areas related to reward, motivation, memory, and impulse control. Holy shit. So if you guys got what I got, we got a chronic brain disease, and you better take your medicine. Characteristics of a disease: chronic nature. Addiction is long-lasting and can involve cycles of relapse and remission. Yeah, 5 rehabs. Couple years of sobriety here and there. There's my relapse and there's my remission. Biological basis. It alters the brain's chemistry and neural pathways. So basically, doing the insane things that I used to do. Progression. Without treatment, addiction can worsen over time. Jeff, did you hear that? And I tell you what, I know that firsthand because there's somebody I'm dealing with right now and it's getting worse. Impact on function. It impairs physical, emotional, and social well-being. Yeah. Okay. Neurobiology of addiction. Substances like alcohol, opioids, or nicotine hijack the brain's reward system, flooding it with dopamine. Okay. Over time, the brain adapts, requiring more of the substance to achieve the same effect, leading to dependence and addiction. Okay, why people debate this? This is interesting. Misconceptions. Some argue addiction is purely a choice based on initial voluntary substance use. However, the transition to addiction involves changing in brain chemistry that diminish self-control. Then there's the stigma, right, everybody? That's a big one. Viewing addiction as a failure of willpower rather than a disease perpetrates stigma and can discourage people from seeking help. That's a big one. This is interesting. Treatment over punishment. Okay. Addiction is treated through medical and therapeutical interventions, not just punitive measures. Recovery often involves medication for opioid addiction and behavioral therapists. Okay. Support systems. That's a big one. Yeah. Prevention focus. Understanding the environmental factors that contribute to addiction can help better prevention strategies. And here's the conclusion. Addiction is a disease, but recovery is possible. Right on. With appropriate treatment, support, and understanding, individuals can regain control over their lives. Acknowledging addiction as a disease is a step toward reducing stigma and promoting effective care. So, there you go. If you got what I got a brain disease. Jesus. I don't feel too bad right now. Then again, I said my prayer and we just meditated. And to me, this is like a bit of a mini AA meeting. So I'm doing some things, right? I'm reaching out to people, that kind of stuff. So I guess for today, I'm in remission. Wow, that's pretty wild, hey? Speaking of that, you guys ready to rock? Bang. Here we go. What are we on now, guys? I think we're on a new chapter. I do. Oh, think into action. Okay. What is this? Page 72. All right. Having made our personal inventory, what shall we do about it? We have been trying to get a new attitude, a new relationship with our Creator, and to discover the obstacles on our path. We have admitted certain defects and have ascertained in a rough way what the trouble is. We have put our finger on the weak items in our personal inventory. Yeah, that one again is about the stuff that excuse me, the stuff that I really didn't want to talk about. The way that I behaved with women, and just as far as like, grass was always greener. And then the thing with Charlie when I was 10, being sexually abused at 10, that was really embarrassing for me. I didn't know how to handle that. I kept that a secret for, I'm 50, so what, 40 years? 40 years. Okay. Now that these are about to be cast out, so you write them down and you tell them to your sponsor. This requires action on our part, which when completed will mean that we have admitted to God, to ourselves, and to another human being the exact nature of our defects. This brings us to the fifth step in the program of recovery mentioned in the preceding chapter. Okay, this is perhaps difficult, especially discussing our defects with another person. It's okay. I know that there's probably a lot of things that you think that are embarrassing, but we've all done them. We think we have done well enough in admitting these things to ourselves. There is doubt about that. In actual practice, we usually find a solitary self-appraisal insufficient. You ever do that? Make deals with yourself? I do it all the time, and not now with booze or drugs, but like procrastination or like running things by me. And I'm still not the best with taking advice. I have to admit, I got to get better with maybe reaching out and taking some more advice from stuff. I don't know it all. I shouldn't make it like I do when I don't. Here we go. There is doubt about that. In actual practice, many of us thought it necessary to go much further. We will be more reconciled to discussing ourselves with another person when we see good reasons why we should do so. The best reason first. If we skip this vital step, we may not overcome drinking or doing drugs. So that's a pretty, these guys are pretty seasoned, and they've got lots of years of experience. They're saying if you don't do this, you probably drink or use again. Trying to avoid this humbling experience, they turn to easier methods. Almost invariably, they got loaded. Having persevered with the rest of the program, they wondered why they fell. Yeah, hey. We think the reason is that they never completed their house cleaning. They took inventory, all right, but hung on to some of those worst items in stock. There you go, guys. There you go. Get it all out, man. But they had not learned enough of humility, fearlessness, and honesty in the sense we find it necessary until they told someone else all of their life story, and all is in caps. Make sure you tell it all. More than most people, the alcoholic or drug addict leads a double life. Yep, he is very much the actor. To the outer world, he presents his stage character. This is the one he likes his fellows to see. Instagram. Facebook, whatever. He wants to enjoy a certain reputation, but he knows in his heart he doesn't deserve it. The inconsistency is made worse by the things he does on his sprees. Coming to his senses, he is revolted at certain episodes he vaguely remembers. These memories are a nightmare. He trembles to think. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you a story about that, and then we'll just finish that little that little sentence there. One more sip, thank you. So, about doing stuff that it's embarrassing and you vaguely remember. So, in 2007, it was Christmas, and I was going over to my auntie and uncle's, Carolyn and Marvin's, and we were going to do some drinking. And my sister was there, and Donovan was there, and this is before that I hit fucking rock bottom, but I was on my way, man. Wow. Anyways, I get there, and my uncle, they go to Mexico every year, right? And they got this bottle of tequila, and I hate tequila. But that night, it looked pretty good. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'll try some tequila. I said, what is that thing on the bottom of the bottle? He says, oh, it's a scorpion. I said, can you eat it? He's like, Brantt, yeah, but if you eat that thing, you're probably going to puke and you're going to get sick. And I mean, that thing's been absorbing all the alcohol for who knows how long. I said, those little scorpions can't be that bad. So I started doing some shots of tequila. And next thing you know, we tipped the bottle over, and my Uncle Marv, there it is. Here comes the scorpion. Here comes the scorpion. And I got that thing, and I put it in my mouth like a big piece of beef, and I ate it all. And the next thing I remember, I am on my auntie's floor, and she has like cream-colored, silver-colored carpet. And what's happening is this has only happened, I believe, one other time in my life, when I got fired from Mini Cooper, because I went to the Bon Jovi concert. But anyways, this other time I started puking, and I was dry heaving so hard I had black blood come out. So when I woke up and my auntie came downstairs, this probably would have been December the 25th or 27th, there was black blood all over her carpet. And oh my God, you want to talk about being embarrassed. There I was, how old was I? 34 maybe, 33. Anyways, just wasting my life away, on doing embarrassing things after embarrassing things. Auntie got the carpet cleaned, but anyways, I just wanted to tell you that story. Where are we here? Okay. Psychological. Sorry, how the hell do I say that? Psychologicus. Are inclined to agree with us. We have spent thousands of dollars for examinations. We know but few instances where we have given these doctors a fair break. We have seldom told them the whole truth, nor have we followed their advice. Unwilling to be honest with these sympathetic men, we were honest with no one else. Small wonder, and many in the medical profession have a low opinion of alcoholics and drug addicts and their chance for recovery. So that's into action, guys. That's chapter 6, which we've been sort of rocking and rolling, right? Let's see here. What else we got rocking and rolling? Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah. Accountability. What does that mean to you guys, to be accountable in your life, the decisions that you make, the actions that you take or you don't take? For instance, complaining about stuff and not taking any accountability or responsibility for it. And it's important, it's important that when you look in the mirror, you literally have one finger just pointed at yourself. Stop pointing it at anybody else. Don't have two fingers going in the other direction. They made me do this and they made me do that. And if it wasn't for this, if it wasn't for that, I did that. I did that in 2020 or 21 when COVID hit, and I got fucking loaded. After 14 years of sobriety, I had fingers pointing back at the government. I had fingers pointing back at this and back at that. And the reality is that I got out of the boat. I got out of the boat where the sharks were swimming, and I got bit. So you got to take responsibility for your actions. And that's why it's crucial, man, that you do a daily inventory and a step 10 at night so that you can, hey, can't really blame anybody. Stop the blame game. So the role of accountability, yeah, it's a big one. Do what you say and say what you do. Okay. So, interesting. I was going to talk about something that was sort of dear to my heart. Have you guys ever met your idol? Met your idol before? That's probably a very small percentage of you that have met your idol. But I did, and his name's the Great One, number 99. And when I was a kid, he was like, not really living on Earth. He was sort of up in the clouds, this guy. And I was an Oiler fan, and everything about Wayne was just so cool, the way that he looked and the way that he acted. And obviously, he is the all-time greatest hockey player that's ever lived. And anyway, so he was my hero. And I had him all over my wall when I was growing up. And anyways, I ended up getting drafted with his brother Brantt for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And Brantt and his wife Nikki became good friends of mine, and they were awesome people. But anyways, so Brantt asked me if I'd like to go to his wedding in Brantford, Ontario. Well, that would be Walter Gretzky's home. And, growing up, I knew what it looked like, and I knew what that backyard looked like. Anyways, I fly into Toronto, and Nikki picks me up because Brantt doesn't know that I'm coming, and surprise Brantt. And then we head over to Walter Gretzky's house, and I go knock on the door, and what do you know? 99 opens it up, and I can still remember what he was wearing. He had a white V-neck on with a cross necklace. I'm like, man, this guy's so cool. But anyways, I go, hey, Mr. Gretzky. He goes, no, call me Wayne. I said, oh, okay, Wayne. He goes, what are you drinking? I said, oh, anything. You are? So next thing you know, we go down, we start having some drinks. And as I'm sitting there looking at Wayne, I go, I can't believe what's happening. I can't believe that I'm sitting here right now. And, I was excited, obviously, for Brantt to get married, which is so cool. And there's Wayne, and there's his dad, Walter, and Phyllis. And anyways, but I'll tell you about when you meet your idol, how they become not only your idol after that, but somebody that you actually really, really admire. I think the word that I'd like to use is they became, to me, he was my idol, but he was more than my idol. He became my idol with a huge amount of respect, and I didn't know what to expect. Believe me, this is the Great One. So I'll tell you about meeting your idol and when they become more than your idol. And that was the next day, and we went to the wedding, and there I was. We go into this hall, and they're dancing, and everybody's having some drinks, and I'm, Brent's doing his thing, but I'm in the corner by myself. I'm by myself, and I don't really know anybody there. And I see Wayne, and he's sitting at a table with some guys. And next thing you know, what do you know? Wayne Gretzky goes, hey, Brantt. And I go, yeah. He sees me standing by myself in the corner. He goes, come here. I'm like, okay. So I go over, and he's sitting in a chair, I guess like the one that I am, or, those conference chairs, skinny things. And he moves over and he goes, here, have a seat. So what Wayne did is Wayne saw that I was standing by myself in the corner, and he didn't like that. He wanted me to feel included. And so there I was sitting with 99 in the chair. And, I'm just like, wow, this guy he keeps blowing me away with how cool and how awesome he is. And thank you, Wayne Gretzky, for becoming more than just my idol that day. Thank you, Wayne, for that. And my memories of that were fond. And he was just extremely nice to me. And 99 went to a different level that day. And let's all go to a different level, guys, for New Year's. You beautiful humans, men and women out there. If you're struggling, reach out to me, info@unhammered.com. Talk to me about New Year's if you're having a problem, if you're scared, if you're worried about it. But let's all ring in the new year. Let's all ring in 2025 together UnHammered. What do you guys say? Let's do that. Let's do that together. And I'm going to ring it in. I'm going to see you guys in 2025. And I'm still going to be UnHammered. It's a new year, right? And that's my commitment to you guys. So anyways, cheers to you, all you guys again. Happy 2025. Thanks.